This is Maxie's Chalice Miracle by Krystelle from Bishop Luffa School. Yesterday was as wild as eating 950 mice all at once. But that's what you get from me, Maxie, the cat, who accidentally caused a miracle. Maxie padded along the edge of the cathedral green grass, and her orange tail, with a splash of black at the tip, swished behind her like a banner of rebellion. She was a messy tumble of white, black and orange fur, with a little scuffed pink nose and a torn ear. The sky above Chichester blushed soft orange and yellow as the sun sank lower, painting the spire in a warm gold glow. Maxie always wondered at how it could look so majestic. It loomed like an ancient stone giant. Time clung to its walls, grey with age. Ivy curled around its corners like arms protecting its untold secrets. The windows were tall and pointed, filled with glimmering glass that spilled patches of all the colours of the rainbow on the floors inside. A flicker of speckled brown wings drifted past Maxie's nose. Her whole body perked as her black and other orange ears twitched forward. In a flash, she launched herself into the air. Maxie twisted as her paws battered at the winged creature. She tumbled, her mews rising into playful growls as she darted across the green grass like a furry tornado. For what felt like hours, Maxie chased the butterfly and caught it. "Gotcha!" she meowed proudly as she slapped a paw over the fragile thing. Suddenly, the butterfly desperately wriggled, then fluttered up and away into the lavender sky. Maxie plopped onto her side in defeat. Then she glanced up and her whiskers twitched with annoyance. Amara and Ciara, the two elegant Siamese sisters, posed like royalty on a gravestone. Amara sat straighter and stared at Maxie as if she was the most disgusting thing. Ciara's sapphire blue eyes narrowed to slits and her tail curled like a snake. Amara flicked her tail. "So, we meet again, peasant." "Peasant," Ciara echoed, shadowing her sister's movements. Amara's tone dripped with mockingness. "Chasing butterflies like a kitten." Maxie pretended to be unbothered. "Better than sitting around like a pair of dusty old statues." Amara narrowed her eyes. "We are Bishop Richard's precious cats." "You could never be like us," Ciara added. Maxie watched the cats leap down from the gravestone in perfect sync, a mischievous glint in their eyes. "You really shouldn't be skulking around the cathedral," Ciara sneered, circling Maxie. "It's a place of history and culture, not a playground for scruffy, stinking strays." "I'm not a stray," Maxie snapped. "I'm independent." "Independent?" Amara snorted. "Is that what we're calling flea-ridden and homeless these days?" Maxie scoffed with no hesitation. "I am homeless. Mind if I move into that empty space in your head?" Before either of the Siamese sisters could hiss something dramatic in return, a deep gong rang out across the green, the Sanctus bell. Maxie flinched, her ears flattened as the bell rang again, louder this time, almost shaking her bones. Amara rolled her eyes. "Scram, you rat, it's time for mass." Another gong from the bell, and this one longer. Somewhere inside the cathedral, monks and visitors were already gathering. The great wooden doors creaked open with a soft moan. Maxie hesitated, ears twitching at the sound. She'd never actually been inside before. But something about today felt different. "Go on, you heard us," Ciara mocked with a purr. "Back to your rubbish bin, or wherever else you sleep with your fleas." Maxie turned away from them with a growl under her breath. This time, she padded slowly toward the open cathedral doors, her heart pounding like a bell as the smell of beeswax and incense filled her nose. The cathedral was massive, and at the front, beneath the looming arches, stood a man dressed in elaborate robes, Bishop Richard of Chichester. His face was kind but serious, framed by a simple golden mitre. Around him lay the sacred vessels, a silver chalice gleaming in the flickering light, a loaf of bread, and a linen cloth folded neatly on the altar. Maxie's paws barely made a sound as she crept closer, fascinated by the solemnity of the mass unfolding. Suddenly, a hiss as cold as stone echoed from behind her. "What are you doing here, vermin?" Ciara appeared beside her, her blue eyes narrowing dangerously, followed closely by Amara. "This is no place for a filthy stray." But before she could snap back, the sisters lunged, claws unsheathed and teeth bared. The fight was a whirlwind of fur and growls. Maxie dodged swipes, and in a panic she skidded towards the altar. Then, in her frantic leap, Maxie knocked the silver chalice. Time seemed to hold its breath. It teetered, then tipped off the linen cloth and fell to the stone floor. Maxie braced for the crash, for the splash of red, for the gasps, but clink! The chalice landed upright. Not a single drop spilled. Everyone gasped. Bishop Richard turned, his eyes locking on the chalice in awe. Silence rippled through the congregation like a wave. He stepped forward, lifting the cup gently with trembling hands, and whispered something Maxie couldn't hear. But she felt it, the hush of something holy. She backed away cautiously, her wide eyes drifting towards the Siamese sisters who stood frozen, their mouths open, no longer smug or cruel, just stunned. Maxie glanced up at the great, stained glass window above the altar. A beam of light poured through and struck her paws like a blessing. Then she smugly padded back through the doors of the cathedral. She didn't understand exactly what had happened, but she knew she'd never forget it, not even if she lived 950 more lives.